Hello, folks. My name's Hanicorn. I'll be your DM this evening. So today we're going to be starting a game that I have titled Doors to Anywhere, a D&D 5th edition homebrew. If you're new to Dungeons and Dragons, homebrew means we'll be playing a game that's unique to this campaign. There's no use of any published adventures. We're creating a bespoke experience for our players and our audience. This game is actually rather special to me. Not only is it the first of what I hope becomes a long string of campaigns on my channel, but our party is composed entirely of viewers from this channel. Yeah, so back in May, I asked viewers to submit their applications to my Discord, and the rules were that the applicant had to have previous experience playing Dungeons and Dragons 5e and had to submit up to 3 characters from previous games. No new characters were allowed. From their list of character submissions, I chose one of them that everyone could play. So now here we are. Y'all, I've made these folks jump through so many hoops just to get to this point, and they did it without complaint. So I really appreciate all the hard work they did. Let's pay off all that work, shall we? I think it's time to play a game. We all have our own stories. They're built from our own choices, decisions, regrets. Our personal histories are as unique as our fingerprint. They're more intimate than the air in our lungs. 2 people might sit in the same room together, but experience entirely different worlds. In dark times, in the hardest of times, and even in the brightest and most cheerful, it may feel as if our stories have ended. For some, the pain is so great we can't fathom how life will continue past today. Others can't imagine ever changing what blessings that they have, content and unwilling to adapt. As the old saying goes, when one door closes, another door opens. But did you know there was a second part to that? The full saying is when one door closes, another door opens. But we often look so long upon the closed door that we do not see the ones which open for us. This is a story of life after happily ever after. This is a story of the friends we never saw coming. This is a story of adventures we never could have predicted. This is a story about the next steps we take as we pass through our doors to anywhere. Players, could you please read your character paragraphs?
Hi, I'm Plurp, she, her, and I will be playing Dox. They are currently 6'2" and deathly pale, with a feminine build, short, bright pink hair, and brown eyes. That will change because they're a changeling. Dox's day, like every other for the past few years, started with going to their guildmaster for a quest. The one they received was fairly simple. A dragon was causing trouble in a nearby region. Go make them stop. The journey would likely have taken months by conventional travel, but thanks to the guildmaster's unexplained ability to simply create a portal to the quest location, it would be mere minutes. Thankfully, this quest's assigned party consisted of some of the more reasonable members of the guild. It was likely they would attempt a diplomatic solution before resorting to murder. Finding the dragon, Elixnor, turned out to be more difficult than they expected. Dox was beginning to wonder if the dragon's troublesome actions hadn't been an exaggeration as they approached the lair. Unfortunately, the tales had been true. After a brief conversation with him, it quickly became clear that diplomacy was not an option. Elixnor hoarded the pain and suffering of others. Victory came at the end of a long and hard battle. Or at least Dox assumed the rest of the party was victorious. Mid-battle, Dox had been flung out of the lair, and off of the cliff it resided on. Thanks to a combination of skill and luck, Dox barely survived the fall. Thanks to their skill as a ranger, they knew how to grab at passing branches to slow their descent and how to twist to avoid jutting rock faces. Luck came in the form of searing pain. A bad landing found a branch lodged in their thigh, but it ensured the rest of the fall to the ground lacked fatal momentum. They found themselves at the base of the mountain in the middle of the woods, alone, injured, and fully spent. A call to the Guildmaster for rescue gained no response. Their standard issue guild telepathy ring had been broken during the fight, probably from Elixnor's acid breath. Without an ounce of magical power left, they couldn't summon a messenger bird. There was nothing to do but walk. They cursed their luck. As night began to fall, they spotted an abandoned-looking cabin covered in vines. Shelter. Spurred on by the thought of resting their weary bones for a few hours, they checked the surroundings for traps or signs of recent use, and then they opened the door.
Hi, I'm Oni. I'm a devilishly good lawyer, and I will be playing Razalax. Razalax is a tall, bronze dragonborn paladin raised by an ancient order who believe dragonborn should be an example of and uphold all that is good. Razalax stumbles his way defiantly up the cracked marble staircase. Before him, the throne of the now twice shattered king, whose second reign of tyranny over the people had concluded before it could truly begin. At the base of the crumbled throne, he picks up a dark, pulsing catalyst, and then turns his electrically bright blue eyes to his team. Some were strewn about the grand floor, others barely standing like himself. Their eyes turned to him, beckoning for guidance. He was always the one to lead, to show the world how to be the ultimate example and protector of all that the gods have created. The heaviest responsibility placed upon him is now being the last holy warrior dragonborn from the Order of the Oath-Sworn Heart. He'd grown up in the monastery with the stories of how the peaceful world was led there by the dragonborn's sacrifice and adherence to duty, upholding the best in all of the moral races. He raised his longsword, Aurora's edge, above his head in a gesture of victory. Comrades, tonight we have bested the beast and achieved victory for the good of the peoples of Faerun. Rejoice that those that have fallen here have not done so in vain. Bow now in respect to their sacrifice and look forward unto the dawn of our new age. His words linger a long moment before he let his sword arm fall with a soft sigh. He watched as the warriors began to file out of the hall. Razalax had put on a show to keep morale high, but this achievement marks the end of him. With the deaths of his fellow Order warriors and the destruction of their monastery, he has nothing left to fight for. Silently, he wishes he could let his weary visage fade out from the world and into legend. To his surprise, the catalyst in his hand cracks to life. The smell of ozone blasts across the room. The dragonborn turned, finding he was framed in a dark blue with streaks of white lightning crackling an outline of a door. Witnessed by survivors and following his exhausted desires, Razalax cautiously steps up and opens the door.
Hey, hi, hello. I'm Mahotsukai Rin, aka Rin, she, her. I'm a witch PNG tuber variety streamer that likes to focus on cozy games and art. I will be playing Chrysanth, aka Chris. Chris is a short, willowy built wood elf with tan skin, long dark green hair, and green eyes. She wears blue robes and a necklace that has a pendant engraved with an infinity symbol and stars. She carries with her a staff that holds a fist-sized crystal at the top. It had been a few years now since Havenshard had finally been returned to a time of peace. But even with her adventuring days mostly behind her, Chris's work as a cleric was never truly done. After all, she is the second highest cleric of Mishakal, goddess of compassion's primary temple. The majority of her days were spent in service, leading prayers, assisting Mother Magner with rituals, and teaching the new acolytes. Some days she provided counsel for the other clerics and met with parishioners with requests for healing or guidance in exchange for offerings. It had been a particularly cruel winter, so due to the bitter cold and widespread illness, Chris had been tasked with making house calls to the elderly or those who couldn't traverse the snow. The combined orphanage and boarding school her party had formed many years ago had been requesting her assistance multiple times a day, every day, for nearly the last month. The demand for healing from winter's myriad illnesses and accidents had become exhausting, and today's visit was no different. She briefly wondered why they didn't have a cleric or healer on staff, and set her mind to ask Dro, her former party mate and school headmaster, about it the next time. Chris shook her head and shifted her focus to keeping her balance on the icy road back to town. The sun had nearly disappeared over the horizon by the time she got to the temple. The smell of incense and Mother Magner's booming voice welcomed her home. From the sound of it, the evening prayers and rituals were nearly complete. Weary from the long day and eager to warm up, Chris kicked her boots against the stoop to knock the snow free, and then she opened the door.
Hey, Twitch chat. I am Tech 101. I go by Tech. He, him. I will be playing. I will be playing Malchus Delphi. Malchus Delphi is a young, wiry tiefling, standing tall at 6'5", deep maroon skin, pure black eyes, a whip-like 6-foot long spaded tail, and long black hair. It reaches about mid-back when he has it all the way down. Normally, he keeps it up in a high ponytail. Malchus had enjoyed the second day of his official homecoming. He'd spent the first half of the day with his mother and friends, enjoyed some old childhood board games, and lost every single one to his best friend, Fen. Dinner featured a favorite childhood dish, after which Malchus would hurriedly make sure his friends' sleeping arrangements were made. He had plans to spend his night elsewhere. For the first time since his birth, Malchus was able to walk around town with his head held high and confidence flaring in his chest. His destination, you ask? The hometown's famous landmark, the Heart's Desire. A brothel that he was well acquainted with, and had about 2 years of catching up to do with some of the staff. On a late night trip to the bathroom, he caught himself looking in the mirror, thinking back to everything that led to this moment. 2 years ago, Malchus got into a fight with a man who slandered and abused his mother's honor. To call it a fight would be laughable, and Malchus was not one to accept such a shameful defeat easily, returning not long after with a knife. The conflict had turned personal, and that evening 3 men lay dead at his feet, by blade or mysterious magic, the method unknown. Worried about the repercussions of his actions, however, he fled town. When eventually he returned home, he found out that the small town legality would not have seen him severely punished for his crimes. And yet, here he was, primed to leave again. Only this time it was on his own terms, as he was still on a quest, with a promise to return home. Weary and ready for sleep, he uttered a question into the dark orb in his hands, before returning to his room, one he was sharing with the dwarf Rosie. A small grin crossed his face as he recalled the source of his pleasurable aches, and then he opened the door.
Hello, everyone. I am Dream. I go by he, they, and I will be playing Wayne, the blue-collar goblin artificer, part-time disaster, full-time engineer. He didn't know what hurt more, her rejection or the fall. Wayne laid there in the junk at the bottom of the heap, the rain mixing with the grime and oil. Zola, his ever-faithful mechanical servant, pawed at his face as his mind replayed the scene over and over in his mind. Him finding his colleagues' schematics, his schematics, the excuses, the argument. They were to build a better world, a safer world. He didn't know when the guards appeared in their office, their shoulders braced, swords at the ready. He passionately pleading, she resoundingly rejecting. A hand is suddenly on his shoulder. When did that get there? Wayne had wondered, offhandedly. For a brief moment, the sensation of weightlessness rolls over him. His back hits something solid and brittle, the crackle of glass shattering in his ears. The gut-flipping grip of gravity askew. Wayne was falling. The office window rushed away from his vision, the fragments of glass dancing around him, the audience watching his fall. In midair, the goblin's brain finally put together what was happening. Wayne braced for the landing. Then, an abrupt stop, a loud clang. Sweet oblivion cushioned the betrayal, even if only temporarily. Sometime later, Wayne woke up. A piece of metal had pinned his arm to the heap. Zola, ever the reliable assistant, helped with removing Wayne from the last thing holding him there. Weak and weary, the fall, the now disgraced engineer from Ravnica wanted nothing more to do with the guilds, their politics, or this rotten city. Climbing from the rubbish, Wayne made for the exit, now sans one arm. He wanted nothing more than a clean slate as he gripped the handle, and then he opened the door.
Hi, I am Alpha. I go by he, him. I am a variety streamer and self-professed good shit streamer. And I will be playing Thadden, who is an elven artificer. Thadden stands a shade under 6 feet tall with silver gray hair under a peaked cap with a pair of goggles strapped across the band. Sports a long coat with a flowing scarf and a bandolier of metal canisters slung around his waist and a crossbow across his back. Having braved the deep jungles of the forbidden continent of Zendrick, Thadden had ventured into the ruins of the obsidian city of the giants. The humidity of the jungle hangs thick in the air, even as deep into the ruins as he was. It was causing the researcher to wipe at his brow while he stared at the looming stone dough before him, sealed for untold ages. Symbols carved by hands, long past out of history, had been inscribed on the arched frame, many faded and almost illegible. Thadden was in the middle of painstakingly transcribing what he could see into his weather-worn notebook. The grueling, oppressively humid trek through the underbrush had left him weary, but the puzzle laid out before him was too enticing to interrupt for something so trivial as sleep. Thadden muttered to himself, fingers tracing glyphs as his gentle voice echoed in the darkened chamber. He tugged one of the flasks from his belt, uncorking it with his teeth and muttering a few words as he smeared the contents across several faded runes. The fluid glowed with a golden energy, slowly shifting and reforming the runes into their completed selves. He quickly scribbled the characters into his book before they faded. There it was. The last few pieces fell into place. He began to speak aloud the incantation engraved around the door. As the last of the words echoed through the empty chamber, there was the sound of stone grinding on stone, and he opened the door.
Whew. All right, players, thank you so much. To our listeners, you may have noticed that every single one of them have gone through their doors and into the bigger adventure. So let's get the adventure started, shall we? Players, when you step through your doors, something happens. Well, usually that's what happens when you open a door, right? However, on this side, the other side of the door is a blinding kaleidoscope of colors, like you've dropped into the heart of an opal. Even the action of taking a step seems to pass into forever. Time stretches around you. Whatever is happening, you feel your pathway close shut behind you while you pass into this brilliant expanse. What you don't see, but what we see, the audience, is a door. A great wide door made of dark wood and stained glass in swirling patterns. The stained glass begins to shine, alighting the runes set in the door's stone frame. But instead of the glow of magic working as it should, the runes spark and start crackling. From the wood of the door, orbs of light spew out around the threshold. These orbs coalesce into shapes and solidify in their own frames. These doors are from a dilapidated shack, from a regal temple, a humble tavern. There's a rusted metal door. There's a door of twisted vines. There's one of crackling lightning and a portal of rune and granite that appear quite suddenly and snap away. You feel your feet connect with a flat wooden surface, or at least you guess so. You've been momentarily blinded from your journey. What you can detect is the sounds of many conversations petering out into stunned silence, the clinking of ceramic and metal, and shocked gasps. You catch the smell of something delicious. Whatever your tastes may lean towards, it's there. Your vision is slowly returning to you, but it's settling first on the brightest thing in the area and blinding you to everything else. You see a column of solid crystal, 10 feet across and somehow illuminated from within. It stretches from floor to ceiling and is cut with a shallow spiral along its length. It's the main source of light in this giant round thing you're in, aside from a small smattering of lit candles in shadowed corners. A set of brassy metal shelves frame its base, reaching 30 feet up from the floor. In those shelves is hundreds of bottles of all shapes, colors, and sizes, and the light from the column is backlighting these and causing them to cast that brilliant, colorful show all around the room. But it also backlights 6 shadowed figures. You come to the realization that you're not the only ones there. So we're going to do a roll for perception. That's not bad. Well, we got a 15, a 12, a 15, an 8, a 5. Oh, Malchus, buddy. And a 16. Let's go ahead and move to our first map. All right, so everyone who got above a 10, you realize you're not the only ones here, and you can guess that there's probably a couple dozen people in this room that you're finding yourself in. Some of them are seated at long tables, some are having private dinners off to the side, a couple of giants are sitting at an appropriately sized stone table, bedecked in pink hearts and candles. Malchus, my buddy, with my 5, you're either in a cave or in an interrogation room. So everyone realizes this, that where you stand, there are 5 other people. Though for Malchus, you don't realize they're as dazed as you are. Their features are slowly coming into view as your vision clears. And next to each person is a floating steel chest with a frog sitting on its lid. Players, the physical toll of your journey has rooted you into place, but how do you react to this? You have one action you can take, but talking is free.
Thatton's going to kind of cock his head looking at the chest for a minute, and he's going to just raise up one hand and just flick the frog right in the middle of the forehead.
Thatton, are you wearing gloves?
Yes.
Thank God. Okay. The frog doesn't move. It still stares at you.
Yeah, that's certainly an unusual reaction.
Well, this isn't the guild.
Who's there? What do you want? You ambush a man in his bedroom?
DM,
Yes? What do you want to do, bud?
for my one action, I would like to approach the bar and ask for their strongest liquor.
Okay. I haven't heard from Raz or Chrysanth. What would you all like to do as you react to this strange tavern you find yourselves in?
Well, that's no.
I don't suppose anyone here is a healer.
I am. What's wrong? Oh, God.
Gestures at everything. I think I'm almost dead.
That's really not good. Yeah. we should go get that cleaned up.
Raz, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and try and open this chest that's floating magically in front of me.
The lid opens quite easily. It's empty. Well, y'all are taking this moment to assess your situation. A cheery voice rings out, especially towards this tiny little goblin that's moving towards the bar and bleeding everywhere. But it's coming up from this silver woman behind the bar. She has long black hair drawn back in a beaten gold hat, and there's these silver fins flexing on her forearms. She's wearing some kind of shirt made of stacks of translucent yellow fabric. Well, that was certainly an entrance. Welcome to the Kalakazba, friends. We've never had 7 doors open at the same time. It seems rather auspicious. She's going to look at the others at the white marble bar, and then, can we get a table for 6? Hang on, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your arm is gone. She pauses and is looking down at Wayne.
I need some of your strongest booze here to make that antiseptic.
Listen, you seem like a rather get it done on your own terms type, but perhaps we could get you a healer. Aroth, if you could please set up the table for 6. Kinsley and Bobbert, you said you were a surgeon. Where are you from? Bobbert, if you could please come in and help. There's that one has things sticking out of them. I think that
Working
one's
on that.
I think that one's bleeding. She's pointing over at Razalax.
It's happened.
I'm hearing a lot, but I'm not seeing anything.
Malchus, you can.
Who's bleeding?
Your eyes can start to clear by this point, so everyone can see the inside of the bar here.
Oh, no, ma'am, no need to trouble yourself. I got this under control, and I will produce my toolbox of holding.
See, but you're bleeding. What are you going to do here? Exactly. Can we not do it in the tavern? Oh my
I
god.
don't mean to interrupt, but I have very little blood left.
God,
I would like to keep it inside me.
Yeah, so what's going to happen is, as you are bleeding out everywhere, as everyone's bleeding everywhere, a white dragonborn woman is going to sweep out from behind the bar, as well as a man in a pink shirt that says "Rad" on it, and they're going to be approaching the people that are most injured. The man with the pink shirt and the rad is going to approach Wayne. Hi. Listen, I used to be a ER surgeon. Can I help you in some way? I have clamps and thread. I don't have any of the equipment I'm normally used to, though.
If you give me some good light, I can have Zola here. She has my butane torch, and I was going to start cauterizing.
Okay. All right, Wayne, whatever you're going to be doing to yourself, I'll give you advantage because you have the help of this man with pink hair and your Zola. Yeah, so can you describe Zola real quick for us?
Zola, the best lab assistant ever, is Wayne's mechanical homunculus servant. She is a clockwork pseudo-dragon that has a long serpentine body and large collapsible frilled wings. She is brass and copper colored, as evident by the metals that primarily make her up. She is very small, being size category tiny as opposed to Wayne, who is just small.
Wayne has a tiny robo-dragon, for viewers who don't understand what a pseudo-dragon is. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll whatever it is. What would you say? Survival? I mean, you are like triaging yourself. You said with a cauterizer?
Butane torch.
A butane torch. Fantastic. Go ahead and get a survival roll with advantage because you have the help of Zola and this barkeep on. Oh, I should also mention this guy at the pink shirt is also on roller skates and he is helping. He's going to help you out.
Pretty rad.
He is pretty rad.
If I can. DM, would you allow me to make that survival roll with my Tinkerer's tools? Because that gives me proficiency.
I don't think that this is going to be something that you're going to be able to do on the fly anywhere else. This is going to be this is the first game, roll with it sort of roll, okay? For this particular roll, because I don't want you to bleed out on the floor here. Yes.
I'm just saying, if he bleeds out, you can just heal him then.
Yeah.
This is also true, but let's try not to.
Alright, so rolling survival with advantage. Let's see. Do I wind up taking the whole arm off?
Please, no.
Oh, no.
Doubtful with the torch.
Hey!
That's 20, let's go!
Yeah!
First goal of the game.
Wayne, between the surgical knowledge of Bobbert here, Zola's assistant, and your proficiency with a freaking butane torch, the smell of crispy flesh and hair sweeps out over the tavern as you
Oh, that's
successfully
not healthy.
stabilize yourself. You're still gonna have to take a nap to get, but you're at least not dying. I did not expect this to be the first roll. The first crit roll is hooray! I cauterize my bleeding arm stuff.
Hooray! I don't die.
Yay!
Quit your belly aching. You know, this is like the first time someone has actually taken their arm off.
Actually, no, I do have stories about that, but let's get you fixed up first, says Bobbert. We're gonna move to the next bleeding person. Raz or Dox, fight for it.
I mean, the branch in my thighs is doing a good job of holding some of the blood in, so I'd be okay waiting a little bit.
Yeah, plus Chrysantha's over there dealing with that.
Yeah, I'm over there actively attending to Docs, trying to figure out the best way to remove this branch without causing them to bleed out.
All right. If you'd like, you two can take that scene between you two, or you can accept the help of the dragonborn woman that's approaching you.
I'm good with that, and if
That's
Nalk
fine
just
with
wants
me.
to help too, I'm happy with that.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a few moments to start, and then Malchus, we can say as your vision clears, then you can hop in on that scene. How's that sound?
Ah,
Oh,
Well,
gracious. That is quite a mess. How on earth?
I was thrown off of a mountain. I'm
Oh,
just going to sit down.
That's a good idea. Let's see. We should probably
Do you
get
have
that
any bandages? I
out.
could wrap it. I'm out of. Normally, I could heal it myself, but I'm very much spent. Hello.
I do have cure wounds that I can cast, but we really should get that out first. We don't want it healing with that in there. That'd be a
Yes,
mess.
but please heal
excuse me.
quickly. Yes.
Don't mean to interrupt. That looks kind of important. And Malchus turns to Chrysanthe. I think I heard you say that you were a healer.
Yeah.
I can remove the branch. I've got a bit of training in this. So if I pull it out, will you stop the bleeding?
Yep, that's what cure wounds does.
And he looks over to Dox. And what's your name?
My name is Dox.
Dox. Nice to meet you. I'm Malchus. I'm going to be pulling this branch off your leg.
Do you have something I could bite on in the meantime?
Malchus looks at his shirtless chest and silk pajama pants, and then looks back up. I don't, but I'll give you a countdown. This is gonna hurt a lot.
I mean, if you need something to bite on, is called from the the bar.
That would be a really good idea. Maybe a couple of like damp cloths to clean off any residual bleeding.
Bobbert, if you could. Bobbert is going to be handed off a nice clean bar rag and roller skate his way over to the group to hand it off to you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Sorry for bleeding on your bar.
It's okay.
Chris is gonna kind of like twist up the rag and offer it to Dox.
Dox is just gonna stuff that in their mouth and bite down. Okay, already.
All right, on the count of 3, then I guess.
Hold
1.
on, let's. Malchus looks at Chrysanthe and he's gonna wink at Chrysanthe.
She
As
just
if
kind of like frowns at him
Uh,
in confusion, but nods and smiles anyway.
he mouths on 1. All right, ready, Dox? On 3, breaks off one of the ends of the branch so it pulls out nicely, and he grabs the bottom and he looks at Chrysanthe.
Okay.
1,
1.
yank.
And she casts Cure Wounds.
Oh!
Hey!
Yay! I almost have double-digit health now. That's very exciting.
You're at least not bleeding out, but you are still in rough shape here.
If I could have the cloth, I can clean it up a little bit better now.
Sorry, it has a lot of spit on it.
It's fine. I've had to clean up worse things.
Thank you, both of you.
Absolutely. That's what I'm here for.
No problem.
Razalex, you are being approached by this white-scaled dragon woman.
Uh,
Hi. You need help?
I'm going to respond to her in Draconic. Vis visuns vaklar tir asatasiu ui koi tokek, which means, tell me, friend, where do I find myself? Is it safe?
I'm not going to reply in the Draconic language because I don't know it myself, but she is speaking Draconic at the moment. She will nod and go, "This is a safe place. Don't worry too much. Wounds first, and then we can talk about where we're at. Okay?"
I'll go back to common once she confirms that it's safe here.
Yep.
Yes, please help me. I am quite injured.
And she will cast Cure Wounds. You'll get 14 hit points back.
Thank you.
You need to put your things in the box. She'll tell you here in a moment when you're all not gushing. And she's gonna hurry back to the bar. Fadden, buddy, what have you been doing while everyone's been doing?
So yeah, I was about to say, well, all this patching up has been going on. Thadden's just kind of casually sauntered over to this looming gate that it seems they've come through, and he produces his notebook from his satchel, and just a little worn nub of pencil, and he begins sketching out the gate itself and any runes or anything that might be etched on it, and just scribbling little notes in the margins of his page as he's going. So he's studying the gate, trying to make sense out of it, because he's like, oh, this is interesting. Now, the runes you say are not seeming to work correctly. They seem to be sparking. Is there any?
At the moment, the runes aren't lit up and the door is quiet. But it seems that to the audience eyes, not to the character's eyes, because they didn't see this before they passed through. But what the audience saw was the runes of this door crackling of magic that wasn't working right, or something was going wrong. But right now, it's just a door, a stained glass door standing by itself, not set into the wall at all, with a stone frame.
Walks around the door, raps on it from one side, walks back around to the front, raps on it again, scribbles a couple of things in his notebook. Peculiar. I don't think I've ever seen a door like that before. Snaps his notebook shut and just lets out a very audible clack as he snaps it shut and returns it to his bag. This is not what I expected when I opened up that gate.
As your immediate injuries and hurts are being attended to, there is the sound of a wooden spoon on a copper pot. Excuse me, hello, new people. Clang, 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 clang. Please pay attention to me now. It'd be great. She kind of leans against the bar top. I need you, before you start roaming about the Kalakazba here, I need you to put your things in the boxes, especially weapons. We do not allow weapons in the Kalakazba. You each have a frog.
All of our things?
Just all of them into the boxes, please. Unless it's something like you could sleep with it or something, but sharp and pointy and murdery things in there.
And we each have our own?
Yes. So I'll repeat what I said because a lot has gone on, which has been amazing. So whenever your vision cleared, you notice that each person has a steel chest with a small frog sitting on the lid of it.
Thadden walks over to the chest and he unslings his crossbow and he just slides it down into the box. Takes off his coat, kind of gently folds it up, puts the coat in the box, does the same with his scarf. Gloves come off, go in the box. Reaches, basically just empties all his pockets into this box. And then just very gently closes the lid.
We will get these things back, yes?
Of course, this is just for storage. The steel lid shuts. The frog on top of it sort of looks at you blearily and then does a and spits out a key on top of the lid and looks up at you, waiting for you to take the key.
That looks at the frog for a minute. Looks at the key. He goes to reach into his satchel, but then realizes he put his satchel in the trunk. And he makes a mental note to himself to make a note about this. And is the key slimy?
Yes.
So he kind of picks up the key rather gingerly, and he wipes it on his pants, and then just tucks it in one of his pockets.
The frog blinks at you and goes, "Thank you for complying." Yep.
Then looks at the frog for a minute. Very welcome.
The chest
Kind of confused by this.
The chest then will fly over and slot itself into these large metal shelves over here.
Oh.
And with a magical snap, your things are secured. Yes, see,
Okay,
that is how it works. Can you please, the rest of you, do that?
All right. Wayne will step up to wherever the nearest frog is.
You have a chest floating right next to you.
Okay.
Oh, it's just following us.
It
around.
is following
Okay.
you. It's like a safety. It's not even like a chest. It's like a safety deposit box. And the frog is just sitting on it, staring at you, waiting for you to do what you need to do.
I will deposit my shield and sword inside.
The lid snaps shut.
The
frog gets you a key.
Gonna pull up my toolbox with one arm, put it on the table, unlatch both latches on it, open it, reach in far deeper than that box's bottom should allow. I'm going to pull out something that I think of all the people currently here, only Thaden is going to recognize. It looks like a long metal tube with a wooden underside and what looks like a crossbow bolt back into it. Only there is no bow or strings on it. Thaden will recognize this as a shotgun.
His brows just kind of perk up at seeing that. Not just because he's watched Wayne pull this thing out of the box, but because he kind of realizes what the toolbox is as well.
We put that in there, and a hammer, and a wrench, a block and tackle, and proceed to just puts a large number of items straight out like Mary Poppins of like, what?
The silvery woman who is right across from you from the bar has like her elbow on it and her chin in her hand. She's watching you. She's like, "Can you just put the box in the other box and put the box in the thing?" This seems unnecessary.
Excuse me, Miss Silvery Woman.
One moment, please. I'm managing the one-armed bleeder here. Do your thing, please.
Okay, and I'll close it.
Yep.
And I'll put the toolbox into the chest. Sorry, yes, it is a more libertative as this.
This isn't like a bag of holding, right? Like, because this is a bag of holding, and if I put this in that, it's going to explode.
No, it's just a box.
Okay. Dox is still sitting on the floor and is gonna unzip a zipper on the side of their quiver and pull out an entire bedroll,
No,
which should not be possible.
Okay, I feel as if, I'm going to talk now real quickly before we start unpacking
You
all of
said
our
I
things.
could keep a thing if I could sleep with it. I'm just going to pick out a couple of things to keep.
Fine.
Pulls out 5 different outfits of like various sizes and
you're
fits.
going to a party?
And sure. Okay. And roll those into the bedroll and then put the whole quiver in the box.
Okay. Same thing. Frog spits you a key and then the box goes into storage.
Dox pats the frog on the head.
Dox, are you wearing gloves?
Dox wraps their hand because Dox knows about wildlife. Dox wraps their hand
Yeah, you should
in like
do a nature
one
roll.
of the
Do a
shirts.
nature roll for me real quick. Now you're saying you know
Okay.
wildlife. Roll.
I know wildlife.
I know you know
I
wildlife.
totally know wildlife.
I know life and I know wild things.
See? Lab grown
Fantastic.
20.
Yeah, that frog is super poisonous.
Yeah. But it still deserves love and affection for doing a good job. So Dox will wrap their hand in one of the shirts that they just pulled out and then pat the frog on the head.
The frog.
Thank you.
The frog will look up at you and go, "I don't think I consented to this, but okay." And then hop away.
Apologies.
Well, Malchus here kind of watches everyone just unload into the boxes, and looks down at his half-naked self and pulls a small glass ball out of his pocket. It's got like these, it looks like it's got like dark clouds inside of it. And he kind of watches everyone else and then kind of sheepishly puts it into the box. I mean, that's all I got.
Yes, it does quite look
I
as if
was,
you came unprepared.
well, I mean, I was prepared for bed.
Oh, good for you. The box is going to zoom off after giving you a key. I think it's Chris. Chris, you did yours?
She's just kind of like standing there watching all of this happen, her mouth slightly agape, kind of bewildered. I've never seen anything quite like this.
I'm going to assume you've lived a very sheltered life then.
I wouldn't say that, just never anything like this. So she would take her backpack and put it inside of the box. And then kind of like lift up her staff and start to put it in, and then like, you sure it's not like a bag of holding?
Give it to the frog. They'll make sure it's in there. No, just hand it to the frog and look away.
Oh,
And look away.
okay.
Malchus watches the frog.
Watching.
When she says that,
Eyes
Cat just like
wide,
Chris
staring
kind
at
of
the
like
frog.
closer.
offers her staff with one hand and then awkwardly covers her eyes and stares at the floor.
You are all watching the frog.
Mhm.
You blink. And the frog is over at the storage, and you see the cane get slid into one of the taller compartments.
Damn.
Ah.
Right.
I was hoping it was going to eat it.
Now that we've all done the preliminaries, yeah? Welcome to the Kalakasma. Home away from home for the weak, weary, or wanton. If you'd like food, Aroth has a table full. Aroth, the table is ready, right? Yes. Table's ready. You can take a seat. All 6. I could have sworn there was a 7th door. The 6 of you can go and take a seat at your table. Relax a bit. I am going to offer you. You are first-time visitors. I don't recognize any of you, which is remarkable. You can have a choice of either a free room or half off our more expensive rooms. You don't have to tell me now. You can tell me later, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, if you just follow the man over here, your table's ready. And next to this table is a large orc man with a bow tie, looking rather gentlemanly.
Do you know, Guildmaster Damien, normally when I pass through a portal, he made it, and I'm expecting to be at the quest location or the guild.
Oh.
So I'm very confused.
No, I have no idea who that is. But it's good for you for
Okay.
Oh my god. Where are my manners? I'm sorry, I got so distracted with all the blood. Hello, hi, I'm the owner. She kind of points at herself. You know, the fins on her arms sort of catching the light so people pay attention to her. Like, I'm the owner, my name's Anahi, so if you need anything, let me know and I will delegate it to anyone else.
It is lovely to meet you, Miss Anahi.
It's lovely to meet you as well. Yeah, the big guy is just waiting at the table for y'all.
Chris is just
Then-
tailing behind Dox because she wants to make sure that they're not having any issues walking.
Limping a little bit, but much better.
So, Thadden's going to kind of linger at the bar for a moment. And he's
Yeah.
going to turn to Nahi and go, "You don't seem surprised to see people emerging here who are clearly not from this place. Is that something that happens often to you?"
Actually, that happens fairly regularly. The conditions for the door are you have to be weak or weary or wanton. So quite often we get those who are very injured. What is different about it is like I've had doors open and 8 people come out of one door. I've never had 7 doors open and 6 people come out of them. So that's different and new.
He glances back towards the door. "What do you mean 7 doors?"
Well, usually that one door opens and a lot of people come out of it or come in of it, or, well, using as a door as a door. But this time, that door made more doors, and all of those doors looked different. Like one of them was a great big portal with runes. One of them was like a crackling lightning archway. One of them was like a rusty door. One of them made with all of vines. One of them was, as you can see, they all look different. And that's never happened before. So that is fascinating. What's your name?
Thadden.
Thadden. Oh,
Yeah, she takes off his hat. And he puts his hat over his chest, and he just kind of bows to her.
She considers a moment, and then she bows back. She doesn't bow at the waist. Her torso rises like 10 feet into the air and down in an arc as she takes a deep, dramatic bow, as you realize the other half of her is just all snake. So much snake. But she will smile at you and then make a gesture towards the table.
Excuse me, sir. Malchus turns to Wayne, who's sitting beside him.
Huh? Yeah.
You, I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but you look like you're about to fall over. You all right?
3 minutes before the adrenaline leaves me, and then I keel over.
Would you like a little bit of help so that when the adrenaline stops, you don't keel over? I mean, cauterizing is a good way to stop the bleeding, but it's not exactly the best way. But I suppose within a pinch.
Oh no! I heard something fierce.
We
He,
could
like-
do something silly and, heal it for you.
I get a sneaking suspicion this is neither the first nor last time he'll have been through these kind of injuries. Am I correct?
Oh, I once got hit with like a couple volts of electricity about 3 months ago trying to do a repair on a superconductor, but I was told I was screaming something fierce, but I'll let you be. I'll be honest, I don't remember that entire week anymore.
Occupational
It's
hazards.
the last time you lose an arm, though. I will
I
strive
would
to
hope
make
it'd be the last
sure-
time, but I apparently can only make that mistake one more time. Honestly, I'm just surprised that that I just missed that piece of rebar. I mean, I felt like about good 3 stories.
What is rebar?
It's he goes to like make a motion with his hands for a bar, but then he realizes about halfway through the explanation he is missing one of said hands.
No, buddy.
Oh no.
Oh, it's gonna get used to. Gonna have to buy me some metal and make a prosthetic.
That sounds like a very enjoyable prospect.
Excuse me. If I can please interrupt this absolutely appetizing conversation, says the orc man who is still standing there.
Appetizing.
I'm assuming that you're all hungry. My name is Aroth.
Yes.
I can get you your food today.
Chris's stomach rumbles loudly and awkwardly. She blushes and then just kind of like covers it with her hands.
What can I get you?
Why are you
Thadden-
embarrassed?
Thadden turns to him and in Orcish just says,
Orc.
no, he speaks Orc.
No, good, yeah. Got a lot of multilinguists here.
And just says, whatever the house special is, and lots of it.
That would be mammoth. We have.
Did he say that in common?
Yes, he's
or-
saying this in common. He replies in common because he knows that he's trying to describe food for everyone at the table.
Mhm.
Aeroth will continue. The house special, as you've asked for, has always been a marbled cut of mammoth. Usually comes with some sort of vegetable.
I think that sounds appetizing enough. What do the rest of you think?
I've never had mammoth before.
As delicious as that sounds, I'm actually not entirely hungry. I kind of had a
That's
big
perfectly.
dinner.
I
Yes,
don't
yes.
know if it's the cauterization, but I could really go for some bacon right now.
Sure, we can handle some bacon. Whenever
And
you
some
pass
sweet rolls,
before
strudel, and some coffee, please.
sweet rolls, he's like writing this down. Before you pass out from blood loss, perhaps you would like to tell me your room choice. Would you like the free room or the half price room?
How much are the half-priced rooms?
2 gold.
Oh, I will get the fancy rooms for everyone.
Oh, all
Oh,
right.
Oh, you don't have
Why,
to do that.
thank you.
Please, have some of you helped me not die. Some of you are also actively dying. It is least I can do.
Well, I hope not actively dying. That would hurt our reputation. And the orc
It's
man
much appreciated.
will take off towards this great round door over here and walk through it.
At that point, like Wei will go, I am not actively today. Yeah. And start
Okay,
Yeah.
salute.
okay. Chris is gonna like rush around to
Yeah.
the other side of the table.
Fox will like
Cure wounds
administer
on
first
him.
aid. That's probably more helpful than first aid with no first aid supply.
Wayne is going to tell you, Chris, like, listen here, all three of you.
Let's at least give you a little boost, shall we?
Now at 13 health.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yay. Okay, no passing out at the table, please.
You're going to see his face go from like a very pale lichen green to a much more healthy dark green.
Yes, that's much better now, isn't it?
All right. Okay, there we go. Feelings coming back, and there's the pain.
I would give you some herbs for that, but I had to put all of my things in the box.
I feel like I'm the one that kind of doesn't belong. Everyone looks like they just came from a war zone, so to speak. And
You strike me as the meeting the wanton part of the brief.
I don't think I know what wanton means, but I
It
was
means you're
just headed back.
horny.
He kind of like stops mid sentence and then chuckles. I mean, I was earlier, but I was actually tired. I was headed back to bed.
Oh, post wanton weary.
War zone and more of an unceremonious into an employment contract.
A dragon threw me off of a mountain.
Is that a euphemism for like being canned?
No, I was fighting a dragon. He hoarded pain and suffering, so negotiations broke down and we were fighting, and I got thrown off of the mountain that his lair was on.
Hoarded pain and suffering? So, like, did he take pain and suffering away from people?
No, he collected the people and then caused the pain and the suffering.
Oh.
Yeah, when Doc says that, Thadden actually like leans forward and just like rests his elbows on the table. A dragon holding physical and psychological distress.
Yes. That is what he told us.
I've never heard of something like that before.
It happens a surprising amount where I'm from. Well, I mean, it's not really surprising to me, but it might be to you.
Well, was it an active process where he would inflict the suffering and it would produce some kind of enzyme? Was it a purely psychic process? I'm very curious about this.
Don't know about enzymes, but he had many mechanisms for the torturing and the pain, because those are kind of the same thing. But yes, it was not a pretty sight.
Wait, before we go any further, I don't know any of your names. I don't know if I've
Oh,
told my
sorry.
name. Do we want to, like, go around here and tell each other the quick, dirty version of who we are?
Sure.
If we're gonna crash in a room, I would at least like to know the name of the people I'm with.
I assumed you'd have our own separate
Yeah, no, I
rooms.
got all of us separate rooms, but I mean, I'm no stranger to camping out with a party, but you are strangers, so that would be awkward. I am Dox. I am a ranger. I work for the guild, but you probably don't know what that is. I get the sense we are from different worlds.
I mean, I don't think you could be
Yes.
from different worlds. That doesn't make any sense. It's only the one
Oh,
world.
Oh,
no,
sweet
no.
summer child, there are so many.
So many.
There are worlds beyond these that we will never see.
Are you talking about like the Hells and like the Underdog?
No.
The
You know
hells
the
are merely
material
But
plane that
before
you
we
live
start running a marathon, let's get the boy up and walking first. So let's take it
on?
one
Sorry,
step at a
yes.
time.
Why don't you introduce yourself next, and we will go in a circle.
All right, my name's Wayne. I'm I'm an engineer, well, former engineer for the is it engineering guild?
Is it
Where I'm from?
engineering?
Yeah, our leader, our foreman, really likes the name of his side of his own name. It comes being a dragon.
Oh, the
Niv
name
Mizzet.
is... Oh, I thought you were asking.
Niv Mizzet. I like to slap his name on everything. But anyway, yeah, I'm an engineer, or former engineer, and I got before here I was arguing with a partner before I wound up here. So yeah, I know how to fix stuff, make stuff. If you wanted to explode in the right direction, I'm your man.
Name's Malchus. I'm just a guy I was a monk. Did a bit of monk training. I feel like I'm missing something about myself, but other than that, well, Doc's kind of put it out there, but I got laid and I was going back to bed.
Does anyone else notice there are frogs approaching?
Yes.
Oh, now I do.
Oh, y'all can
I
see
think
them
we're
too. I thought that was the blood loss.
From the bar, you'll hear as Aeroth passes. Don't mind them, they're going to be there when your drinks arrive.
Okay.
Keep as you are. And he'll go and start
Pretty
taking care of some
one
other
who
duties.
helped me. Who are you?
I'm Chris. I'm a cleric of Mishakal. I was actually just heading back to my temple and somehow ended up here.
My name is Thatton. I am a researcher in all things arcane. I had been investigating a ruin in the jungles when I ended up here.
I am Razalax. I am a warrior knight for the Oathsworn Heart. We had just finished our latest campaign when the door opened for me.
What kind of campaign?
The standard to defeat one who was bringing tyranny to the people of my world.
Feeling more and more like I don't belong.
I'm curious. How many of us went through a door that was already there, and how many of us found a new door?
I
Well,
found a door. It was attached to an abandoned cabin that I was planning to sleep in.
it is a door that was not out of place where it was.
Oh, yes, that.
Same.
Yeah, it was the room.
Mine
That
was
door
the door.
literally appeared before me.
What
Yeah, no,
about
mine
you?
was exactly where it was supposed to be. I was getting myself out of the dump when the next thing I opened, I was here.
Down in the dumps, huh?
Now
Oh,
that is interesting.
God.
I like you, kid.
I wonder what sets our scaly friend apart from the rest of us, then. What caused a door to appear to him, while the rest of us simply found a door where it should have been?
How did your door appear?
It appeared after we foiled the king's attempt of some sort of ritual. Perhaps it was the residual magic.
I come from a place where there are a lot of portals, and that sort of thing just sort of happens sometimes.
Yes, I've heard of many strange things with residuals before. I once heard of a cleric's spell returning a lich to its human form after it had already been killed.
That is impressive.
It was a very odd situation.
Was it on purpose?
No, it was not. It was some kind of entanglement from magical dispersions.
Was the lich good or evil?
You know, I read it in academic text. It did not make specific mention of the lich's disposition.
You all blink, and a smell appears in front of you as your dinner just sort of arrives at the table.
Oh. Teleporting dinner.
The jeweled frogs will then break off and go in their separate ways.
Okay.
Very well.
Dan just kind of
frogs.
tilts his head to one side and watches as the frogs leave.
Do you think
Is
that
there a...
the
Hang on.
frogs summon the food, or is that unrelated? Maybe they just like to watch it appear. Hey, frogs, you talk, yes?
You ask one a question, it turns around and hops back. This one is, I'll say it's purple with like orange spots.
Do these resemble the ones that were on top of the boxes?
They are all the same type of frog. They are all just different colors.
First of all, don't want to be rude. What is your name?
Frog stares at you.
Don't have a name? Okay, that's fine. Did you summon the food? What is your role in that?
Your food has arrived.
Okay. Do you
Thank
know
you.
what your role is in?
Take it from me, do not ask how the sausage is made.
Thank you,
Never
small
ends well.
friend. You are very helpful and very pretty.
Enjoy your meal.
Thank you. Gonna dig in.
Please continue your conversation.
I once heard of the one of the standard portal. So I told you I am from a guild. The guild master, for some reason, he can make portals so we can go on quests that are very far away very quickly. Sometimes I heard one time that a portal got hijacked, and the people, some of the party that was supposed to be coming home, ended up in some kind of they called it a thunderdome, and they had to fight like 2 riders and a giant, and then they were given a reward and asked if they wanted to stay.
I remember seeing a demonstration once of a networked series of portals. It was part of an ongoing experiment to create a controlled transit system that you would merely dial in a set of runes into a control board and you would be linked to the next place you needed to go. Unfortunately, there were issues with things arriving in one piece.
Oh dear.
Did
That'll
you
happen.
hold your arm when you walked through the door, or did the portal take it?
What? No. My arms. I left my arm on the other side. I woke up and I was pinned in place with a piece of metal through my arm. So Zola here, and he motions at his mechanical servant, help me cut myself free.
Oh, yes, you mentioned a field amputation. Zola, you said?
Yes, Zola.
Was this a little pseudo-dragon?
Yep, made it myself.
Dox holds out their hands, like, for Zola to land in.
Go play nice now.
Your workmanship is truly first rate.
Metallic clattering as the wings sort of fold in and out like fans, and then they will clamber onto the table to take interest in Dox.
Dox is
They
gonna
are
play.
not quite sure if they want to be pet.
I have told Han I have described her temperament as cat-like.
You know, there was someone at the guild who had, I think he made a dinosaur, but it was a lot bigger than this. He called himself Artificer.
Yes, that is generally the name given to our trade.
So you are not smiths?
I respect the work of the smith, but it is rather pedestrian compared to what we do.
There's some
Well,
overlap in skill level. I did make my own set of armor. Helps me with some of the field work.
Oh,
Where I come from, we do not have these artificers. We have smiths. They do not venture much.
Artificers, to my knowledge, have a little bit of magical potential, not as much as wizards, but they do some spells. And they make cool things like this adorable little pseudo dragon, who I do not think likes me very much, but perhaps they will warm up.
Zola is currently investigating a fork and slowly pushing it off the table with their tail. It falls to the floor with a clatter.
Damn it, Zola, I cannot take you anywhere.
I'm going to start digging into my food. I don't know
Yeah,
about the rest
same.
of you all, but it's been a very long time since Razalax has had a proper meal.
I will begrudgingly motion to Malchus. It's like, if you could help me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, of course.
I would get it myself, but looks down at Stump.
You each have your own plate of food that was set in front of you somehow. It has, let's see, yeah, it has the thick marbled mammoth steak. I think the greens of the day are going to be broccoli, steamed broccoli,
Yum.
and mashed potatoes. And
Then absolutely, Wayne will be asking Malchus to help him with cutting the steak up to bite-sized pieces.
Yep. And
Yeah, Malchus will turn in his chair and cut up his steak and get his bacon out so that he can actually easily grab it.
each plate had just a cup of some sort of it looks like maybe a house ale. That next to it, if you want something else, you'd need to go to the bar.
I just spent 3 weeks crawling through a jungle. This is probably the greatest meal I've had in my life at this moment.
I've never had mammoth before, but I think I would like to have it again.
I feel like this last month I keep seeing and trying things I've never heard of before.
Oh, like what?
There was a fire giant about a week ago. No, two weeks ago. And he was just traveling, walking around. My friend's dad said that we met Bahamut. I think it was just some old guy. I don't actually believe that.
Did he have 7 canaries?
I don't remember how many birds he had. He had a couple of birds. He was just some old guy though.
Okay.
Yeah, he had
Lord Bahamut very often roams the world in disguise. The old man is one of his most utilized.
with the yellow birds and whatnot.
Yes, you are
Huh.
quite fortunate.
That's cool.
Boy meets a god says he doesn't belong with us.
While we're all digging in, Thadden kind of is taking very slow, deliberate sips of the ale and sloshing it around his mouth, and you just get this very thoughtful look on his face,
Please tell me he is slowly jostling it in the cup to aerate it to get a full bouquet of the flavors.
He's a beer hipster.
He's a beer hipster.
Okay.
As you are tasting it, you're carefully tasting this ale. It's good. All right, this is the house ale. This comes with the meal. It's nothing special. It's good. It complements the food.
Yep.
Okay, so we're at standard Chili's tap beer, but we're not. We're not so forsaken by God that we're at PBR.
I
Right.
was gonna say Bud.
It's a basic ass beer. I don't drink, so I don't know how to describe this.
It ain't PBR. Agree with that.
Yeah.
Just say yes.
Yes.
Perfect. I am going to the bar. Does anyone else want anything?
Well, since I'm up now, I guess I'll you mind if I join you?
By all means.
I will venture with
Wayne,
you.
right? Your name was Wayne?
Who are you talking to?
to Wayne.
Okay.
No, I'm Razalax. No, not you.
No, not you.
Do you have this under control now? You're going to be able to eat with the other hand?
Oh, I got it from here. Fortunately, I didn't lose my dominant arm. But thank you.
Of
I
course.
don't like to ask for help often, but thank you.
Oh, I knew another guy like you.
Was he also old and incredibly stubborn?
You know, Wayne, if I were to use those words, it would do a disservice to the words.
To the audience, Chuck and Dream are in another campaign together with similar characters.
Not just will pat Wayne on the shoulder and get up to join Razalax and Thad. And
So as you three approach the bar, on this side of the glowing column that's with all the bottles throwing the lights, the bartenders appear to be a very short, blonde halfling woman with a stare that could blister paint. Yep, this is her. She seems to just be judging you. And the other bartender appears to be a multicolored trench coat with these weird little appendages coming off. Like first off, they do look like tentacles, but then you realize they are made out of fabric. Both of them seem to be busy doing whatever it is they're doing. You'll need to catch their attention of whoever you want to talk to.
What would I need to roll to figure out what the code is? Arcana?
Arcana.
Oh,
suddenly have no interest in the floating coat.
Floating coat, who is carrying a bottle with a Arcana's roll of 12. Some sort of homunculus, maybe? They are picking out some alcohols, pouring them into a glass, and it's somehow turning into, like, it looks like there's a flower floating in the water, and she's pushing that over to the bar where another patron is coming to pick it up.
Now that is something I've never seen before. Yeah, he actually flags down the coat.
Yep.
And points to what was just served to the other patron and goes, I'll have one of those.
You want another one of them? All right. Have you ever had Astral Tequila?
I can't say I have.
As the coat is talking, like the mouth opens sideways. All right. Well, here. You get a front row seat of the use of the sort of pink fabricy tentacles and which seem to be a lot more dexterous than the sleeves themselves, and is aiding in making this drink again. After a few minutes, she will present you with a glass where somehow the thicker alcohol is making like a white daisy floating in the middle of this blue liquid.
That like takes the drink and he kind of sets it on the bar, and he actually like leans down so he's looking up through the glass, like towards the nearest light source, trying to figure out exactly how this is done. He kind of angles the glass so it's like sitting towards the crystal, and he just kind of is staring through it like you would at a light bulb. And he like lifts up the glass, and he kind of kind of tilts it around, trying to look at it from different angles. I have never seen anything like that before.
And you ain't gonna see nothing like it, except it's from me, sweetheart.
I almost don't want to drink this. This is a work of art.
Well, if you don't, it does turn into toxin in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, he hears that and just knocks the whole thing back in one go.
Yep. There you go. One of the sleeves go out and like sort of floppily pat at your shoulder. By the way, my name is Woog, Auntie Woog. There is a name tag attached inside the jacket there that does say Woog written in someone's scrawl. I can help you here. I promise I'm going to do a better job than that little pipsqueak over there. The blonde, who at this point has been studiously ignoring all of you, takes in a look. She is a little shorter than the bar, so she can just barely see your faces above it, and then turns and continues whatever she's doing at the bar. It looks like she's cleaning bottles, but she's probably just rearranging them so she doesn't have to pay attention to you.
Please tell me she has a step stool.
There is one nearby.
Don't say that too loudly. She might make you her step stool.
What about you, sweetness? What do you want? Woog you think that they are looking at you.
Do you, by chance, have Stormheart wine?
Stormheart wine. I mean, we got a lot of wines.
So it is fermented storm berries and elderflower.
Oh, yeah, shit. We got some of that. Weary, can you go get the drink? Why are you doing that? Woog will look at this little blonde who snorts again and then moves to the other column to go find the wine bottle. She's such a pill. All right, you tall, dark, and shirtless. What you want?
I'll just keep it nice and simple. I'll have a whiskey, neat.
Do you want dwarf whiskey, elf whiskey, human whiskey, bugbear whiskey? Don't. Aeroth calls from down the bar. Don't do the bugbear whiskey. She will be so mad. She can't even have it right now anyway. Stop it. What do you want?
Mouth just kind of like looks between the two, shakes his head like in confusion, like, what was that? Well, you would know this ball better than I would. Why don't
course.
you surprise me?
Oh, honey, I'm going to surprise you all kinds of things. You're already surprised. I can see it. You're looking at me. You're surprised. All right, I'm going to go take care of this. Woog will float 30 feet up to the top shelf and start looking for some bottles.
I've heard of top shelf drinks before, but I've...
The central column is guarded by these brass shells that are just stuffed to the gills with bottles. And it goes up about 30 feet.
I wonder if it's 'cause she's kind of related to a flying carpet. I had one of those. back
No,
home.
I've never met a sentient flying carpet before.
Mine like to change sizes.
It's because
Mid-flight.
carpets ain't got no brain.
That's very
I
true.
mean, that's fair. I can't argue with that logic.
While Woog is looking through the bottles up there, the short halfling woman will draw her step stool up and hops up to hand you both the drinks that had been prepared while Woog was talking.
I will give her a gold in return.
Mal just looks over as he gives a gold, is like mentally kicking himself. Well, thank you kindly. I appreciate it. I'd appreciate it more if I could have your name. I know this comes off a bit forward, but I promise I don't normally dress like this.
Little blonde halfling woman seems to suddenly realize you're talking to her. She looks Malchus over with disdain. Woog will float down there and do like, she doesn't like talking much. She can do it. She's just preferring it. Her name's Weary.
Weary? What a beautiful name for a beautiful lady.
Oh, see that, Weary? You're getting compliments. Why don't you say something nice back? The three of you at the bar will hear a telepathic echo in your head of a voice just saying, your tail's longer than I am. And then Weary will leave.
What an observation!
Mal just like turns his head and looks back at his tail.
Not gonna lie, I was
Not
expecting
wrong.
her just to. I was expecting just to hear something.
I guess that's a compliment.
Wayne, I see that you have you joined us at the bar? You have. You're under a frog. Let me move
Yes.
that frog.
Yeah, what are you doing to that frog?
What would you...
I just thought the frog was sitting on his head.
That's dangerous.
Amazing.
Now I have lost just enough blood to make bad decisions without really feeling regret.
Oh, honey. I mean, if you want to make some bad decisions, I'm the one you want to make bad decisions with.
I think I do. There is a drink that I used to get back at home that was served at a circus run by demons.
I feel like you're talking about imp-soaked vodka.
All I know is that it had some nice cinnamon aftertaste. It was on fire, and when you drank it, it showed you how you were going to die.
I feel like I know what you're going for. We don't have something exactly like that, and also you almost came close to dying today, so you ain't gonna do that today. Woog is going to attend to your needs, but I would like to shift the focus because we haven't heard from Chris in a while.
She's just chilling, slowly eating, and taking everything in.
Docs realized that we've been left alone at the table, and so moves over to sit by Chris. It was Chris, yes?
Yeah, Chris.
I
Docs,
like your
right?
hair. Yes.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
remembering.
I like your hair too. It's very pink.
Oh, thank you. This is today. Thank you. It grows like this. Yes. Does yours grow like that?
Yeah, I'm a wood elf.
Oh, yes. I am familiar with the woods. Not With wood elves as much, they tend to keep to themselves where I am from.
They generally do where I'm from too.
Are you? No, that is a bad question to ask. I am familiar with the woods because I like to go hunting. What do you do where you are from?
I'm a cleric.
Oh yes, with the
So-
healing magic and such.
Right, exactly.
Would you prefer that I leave you alone? I sense this conversation is awkward for you.
Oh no, you're fine. It's just been a while since I've been on anything resembling a mission or quest, so I'm a little out of practice.
Oh, you are a retired adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. There was a big celebration anytime someone retired from the guild.
Well, not necessarily retired so much as just the big quest that my party was on, we completed, and we pick them up here and there as needed. But it's been a bit.
So you're like on call adventurer?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
What was your big quest? I've never had
Well,
a big main quest that I would call.
it's been a long time. There was a little girl. Her name was Trixie, and she had a magical tome. She brought me and my party members all together. She was the bride of Cthulhu, of
Oh,
all things, and wanted to stop him from ending the world.
I feel like I have heard this name Cthulhu, but I don't. It could be that it sounds like something from my world. What is Cthulhu? It sounds bad,
An ender of worlds of sort. Big guy, lots of tentacles.
like a mind flayer,
Bigger, much bigger.
elder brain,
Mm-mm, bigger.
bigger than
great-
an elder brain.
A great old one, I believe, is what she called him.
I think I knew someone who got some magic powers from something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think that might be a warlock thing.
Well, that's cool. Well, I mean,
Uh,
it's not cool that he was going to destroy, but it's cool that you stopped him.
Like I said, it was a long time ago. Very involved venture. She just kind of like awkwardly drinks her drink because she doesn't know how to like transition from that.
Thankfully,
Amazing.
you can be saved. A distraction appears, a very long distraction, and now he starts to slither out from behind the bar, and keeps slithering, and keeps appearing. There's so much of her.
That is a lot of woman.
As she slithers out, Thad just kind of tilts his head to one side and watches.
You know what? You're materially minded. Go ahead and roll me a perception. No, investigation.
Perception, investigation.
Give me an investigation.
Perceptification.
You're checking her out. Investigate.
Investigate that shit.
Oh boy!
Sure.
He
Oh my
did
gosh.
just fucking blast that astral tequila.
That's true.
Do you have a library card to be checking that out?
You got a little distracted by her curves.
There are a lot of them. To be absolutely
Yeah.
clear, with that investigation of 9.
Nine.
Your first thought was, oh yeah, no, I can totally figure out how long she is while she's moving. Oh, she's moving. And that's where your thought stopped. And now you take notice of this. Her focus is on these lovely pair at the table. I see that you're all fed and watered and not bleeding anymore, and you're still alive, and you're still alive, and you're on your feet. Good. Do you need to be shown to your rooms for the night? And then she can't sit. There's no knees below that tail or anything. So she sort of like sideways leans into a chair and sets her arms on the table as if she's sitting there. And the rest of her tail just sort of coils around the various chairs and everything.
There is a lot more of you than I realized initially.
Oh, yes. Quite a lot. Anyway, I have a curiosity about the 6 of you as to why you may be connected and showing up at my bar together. I have been watching you, and I don't see a connection. Have you discovered one?
I don't believe
Three
so,
of us
no.
almost died today.
Yes, but that was only the 3 of you now, was it? What about the other
That's
3?
true.
You seem to be in one piece.
I am very tired, though.
Okay,
Maybe,
that makes sense. Weary, we've got that.
maybe it's because we are all adventurers? I believe we are all.
Oh goodness. Okay, certainly something to
A
consider.
bookish one, you are adventurer, yes? Sorry.
No. Which one's the bookish one? She turns to
Uh,
look at the guys at the counter.
Théoden, was it? Théoden, yes?
The one with the hat.
Sorry, what?
You are adventurer also? You said researcher, but you have that vibe.
I've had my share, yes. I once fought off a group of pirates on an airship.
Yeah, see, adventurer.
Okay. Fantastic. I may have need of some adventurers, but you are all exhausted and wounded and missing parts of yourself.
It really is a shame he didn't bring the arm with him. I could have put it back.
It sounds like it was trapped under a lot of rubble.
Oh dear, that poor
I
dear.
think that's why it cut it off in the first place.
Since you're all here, and before you leave, I'm assuming in the morning to go back to respectively where everyone else goes. So, because everyone does, it is a tavern after all. People go home eventually. But I thought maybe, since you've arrived so dramatically, that you could help me out. But rest first, and then business in the morning? Or business at noon? You know what, let's do business at noon.
Business at noon sounds good.
I like business at noon.
We can do that. How do we go about going back?
Well, you just open the door.
But how do
Look
we
at the door.
know?
Is there like a handle?
Yeah.
How do we know that it'll take us back where we came from?
Oh, well, you can't go to other people's worlds without them opening up the door for you. So you would hold open the handle and go home.
So it's a smart door.
It's a very smart door.
Okay, but that doesn't answer why it opened for us to come here.
Weak,
I wasn't trying to come here.
weary, or wanton? Which one?
Weary, right?
Yeah. The whole point of the Kalakaspa is I wanted some place where people could come to be home, be safe, find somewhere that when they need it the most. The door is coded, so whenever someone touches a door and is in great need, whether they are weak, weary, or wanton, it opens to them once in a great mood. That's how you first get here. It's much easier to get back once you know where it is.
You do not
I mean,
have to
that
be
was
one
fun.
of the 3 if you want to come back.
Well, I mean, it's easier if you're one of the 3 when you come back. But once you get the practice in, you can be like, oh, I'm just going to go home, go to the Kalakaspa and pop down for a drink or something.
Okay, because I would rather not repeat this experience from today.
What was the experience again?
I was thrown off a mountain by a dragon.
She takes a long, slow blink. And then looks over at Wayne, and then looks over back to Dox. Do we normally have these problems with gravity?
No, this was a first for me.
See, I have to ask, because I know some
Hey,
places
we'll just
where...
wave back.
She actually, turns to look at Wayne and gives a little, flirty wiggle of the fingers, like, hi. And then looks back to the other 2. So...
Oh, it's not flirty. It's just like, hey, buddy.
Sure, you can say it that way. She looks back to Chris and Dox. Listen, yes, I'm going to go ahead and just deliver your keys. And when you are ready, the spiral staircase over there, the one over by the giant's table. Please don't bother them. They're on their anniversary.
Oh, how sweet. How many years?
I believe they're on their 5th year.
Oh, that's wonderful. Many more happy years to them.
Very much so. But yes, when you're done, that spiral staircase will take you down to the hotel. There will be a frog at the concierge who will help you get your rooms.
Do I pay for the rooms now or in the morning or?
You can pay in the morning.
Okay.
I mean, unless you really want to pay now, which I don't mind.
I mean, it does not bother me either way. I just want to be sure that I know the rules.
Okay, well, whenever before you leave, obviously, pay me.
Obviously.
Because if you don't, I may have to eat you. She smiles.
Dox is like considering it for a second. No, I will pay you, obviously.
Chris has been around too much, so she blushes. But she doesn't say anything, she just blushes.
Yes.
I see that you are considering it the fun way. However, it won't be.
Depends on who you ask. I have known some very strange people.
She kind of looks to her left where Wayne has approached. And sees that Razalax is also returned to the table. Hello, gentlemen. Here, I will get up because I am taking up all of your space.
No, I actually had a question.
You have a question for me? Okay.
Since I'm new here, and as you can see, as he motions to the stump, I seem to be down a hand. I would be needing some supplies to build me a replacement, and I was wondering if you happen to be more familiar with the area, know where I could go to get some metal, some scraps.
I think Woog would know that more. They're the ones that are in charge of the refuse. It's not exactly attached to an outer place, so yeah.
Oh, this is one of those pocket dimensions?
Yes. The Calicaspa.
Oh, there is no outside.
There is no outside, exactly. She will spread her hands in like a welcoming gesture. But honestly, you really don't need to go outside, do you? We've got just about everything here. I mean, you go up the stairs here, the largest spiral stairs that we are close to. You go up to the balcony and the bandstand, the dancing floor. You go down one, there's the hotel. The kitchens are always well stocked. It's not exactly like you need to, go anywhere outside of the Calicaspa for other needs.
I do have one more question.
Of course, darling.
I guess this is not a question, more of a heads up. It's possible someone slightly different will be here in my place tomorrow.
Chris gives them a knowing look.
Dox raises an eyebrow at Chris.
Looks them over. Her forked tongue flicks out over the table, and then she considers a second. That's perfectly fine. Don't worry. If that's going to be someone slightly different, perhaps you should pay me now then.
Yes, this is a good idea.
I think so.
And Dox will take out 6 gold and give it to.
I am so sorry. It is 2 gold per person.
Oh, sorry. I can do math.
12.
Pretend I said 13.
Darling, half of you is over there by the door being cleaned up. I understand the blood loss makes math hard.
It really does.
After you pay the snake woman, she's going to rise from her seat. If there are no more questions for me.
Do you take meal requests from anywhere?
Yes, just find a frog.
Was that a joke or serious?
No, it's serious. You have to find the frogs. If you are in your rooms, there is a rock on your on a writing desk or whatever desk is there, and you just pick that up and it'll take it straight to the bar. It's a sending stone.
Speaking stone.
Yes, exactly. If you're anywhere else, talk to the frogs. Have a lovely night.
Thank you.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming through the door and presenting me with a lovely puzzle. Farewell. And she will slither her way back to the bar. Or after a moment of talking to Aroth and Woog, you will actually see Anai rises up high on her tail and then sort of coils above where the shelves meet the column, not bothering the alcohol, and then using that spiral groove that's cut into it, will slowly slither her way up the column up to the next floor.
Fucking sick.
You know, I saw a snake lady once, but she was like not even half her size.
She is very cool.
I can't say I have ever met a woman like that.
I would like to be her friend.
Not to be rude or that god, but Mel just kind of pushes himself off the table and stands up. I really am quite exhausted and tired. I think I'm gonna turn in for the night.
Me as well.
That
I-
sounds like a plan.
A good plan.
I will see you all in the. Well, someone will see you all in the. It was a pleasure meeting you all.
Take care of your leg now, docs.
Thank
Once
you.
again,
Yes.
thank you for the room.
I'd pay you back, but
You clearly left your worldly possessions with your lover.
eh,
Left something with the
Love us.
lover, I'm sure.
love is a strong word, but sure.
Y'all are making your way to the hotels. You go down to the spiral staircase. I am going to sort of just walk us through that one.
The one thing that's going to happen before they actually head down to the rooms is Statton's actually going to go retrieve his notebook.
There is a frog that sits at the storage area over there. When you ask to retrieve a notebook, it'll pop open your safety deposit box and you can grab your notebook at least. But if you try to move towards the weapon, the frog is going to give you a long and upset look.
No, he's just grabbing his notebook.
Can I make a perception check?
You
Just to-
absolutely can. Go for it.
He pulls it out of the box, and the minute it's out, he's just got it in his hand. He's starting to scribble stuff down.
Furiously taking notes, like I was supposed to be today.
What are you perceiving with that 15?
I'm just taking in the sights, honestly, now that I'm not the center of attention anymore. Kind of just want to see what is here. Like there's a giant couple that I kind of missed
Yep.
when I first came in.
I'll give the description of this room again. Just generally, since you actually failed your first perception check.
I mean, you didn't have to say it like that.
I
appreciate
am
it.
saying it
Thank
like
you.
this because I can. All right, so there is a giant crystal column coming down the middle of this room. It's about 10 feet across, and at the base of it is surrounded in brass shelves that go up about 30 feet. That is stuffed to the gills with bottles. The column itself is the main source of light in this room, so because all of these bottles are backlit, there is just rainbow colors everywhere throughout this place. In the darker corners, there are places with candles. Like the giant's table has its own like hibachi grill sort of rotisserie thing going on over there. The door lights up as someone is passing through. The area that Thadden and Wayne are at is a giant metal storage facility. It looks kind of like a bank deposit box. With that 15, you're noticing there's like a large mermaid statue over here. There's some fancy small doors with curtains on them over towards like the northeast over here. There's the large door where Aroth took off to go put in your food order. And as you're looking around, I'm assuming heading towards the staircase, the folks over here in the corner, there is the giant, well, I'd say couple, but technically it's a throuple because one of the people is an Etten. So there are 3 people having their anniversary over here. There's also a short man in a broad-brimmed hat and a dark jacket sitting over there in the corner. They are ignoring everything that is going on and have snuffed out the candle. Their feet are up on the table. They will lift the brim of their hat and sort of watch as you pass by, but otherwise ignore everything going on. Taking you all to the hotel level. When you head down the spiral staircase, you are taken down to a little round room full to the gills with some records, and there are 2 office desks. On one of the desks, a little frog sits. The frog will direct you to the hallway to the left, where all of these doors that are wreathed in red will be unlocked with the keys that you were given. So you can choose, or you can go down the other side of the hallway. It seems like this level is all the fancy room. And if you had continued off to the right, you would have gotten the rooms that would have been free. So when you walk into the room, this is what it's going to look like. The light is a little dimmed because you're trying to get to sleep. There's a large bed. There's a fireplace. You can see there's the desk with the stone on it. Right there. You can walk through the door, which will take you to like an immediate bathing area. If you continue through the door in the back, there is a tiny hot springs. Every single room's got one.
Ooh.
Oh,
Fancy as
fancy.
fuck.
And then that's how you can spend your evening in these rooms and get a full night's rest. That means, y'all, you get to hit the long rest button on your character sheets.
Yeah.
And that means
Yay!
I get to do something.
What do you get to do?
Uh-oh.
Experimental elixir.
Oh god, he's an alchemist.
Okay.
Ah!
I will read it off. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can magically produce an experimental elixir in an empty flask you touch. Roll on the experimental elixir table for the elixir's effect, which is triggered when someone drinks the elixir as an action.
God, this sounds familiar.
That sounds terrifying.
That sounds fantastic.
I'm going to do that. I just got to roll a d6.
All right, so that's a 2.
Ooh. Yep, that is a potion of swiftness.
Awesome. All right. You can have that in your pocket.
Yep, I'm just going to note up that I have that.
Is there anything else that anyone needs to do with the long rest?
Wayne is going to be sketching out like I said, the schematics for his prosthetic arm.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, taking measurements of his good arm, like, okay, it needs to have these dimensions in metal so that it can be as close to a mirror as possible.
You will be able to find like a mirror in that bathroom there to help you out. Zola, of course, your faithful companion, can assist you with this as you are trying to figure out how to make the arm once you get the materials.
Her tail doubles as a measuring tape.
Yeah, there you go.
Genius.
Morning comes swifter than perhaps you'd like with the swanky accommodations that you've found yourselves in. Maybe some of you took part in the hot spring in the back. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you just fell into bed and passed the hell out because of your various activities and or bloodletting. Let's see, who is here right now? Let me roll on my side. Anahi is there. Aroth is not. Woog is not, because Aroth and Woog were part of the night shift. Leaving Bobbert roller skating around, taking care of things as they need to. Weary and the Dragonborn woman whose name you did not get to man the bars. Anahi looks as if she is a little anxious, sort of slithering back and forth, but she could just be that she is awake and has a pep in her step. She did say that she wanted to talk to you around noon. I'll give you all one action to do in the morning. There's a lot of this place to explore. There you can take care of things that you need to do, like make an arm. You can look around the map or anything. I'll give you each one action. You can even
Make
sleep in.
arm. That way, next time they ask and we need you to disarm, I could just unhook my left arm and be like, all right, here.
Can my action be describing what Docs looks like today?
Well, I mean, you can just describe that and then say what Docs would do.
Okay, cool. Who comes up the stairs is actually what the token looks like. About the same height, drow man with a scar across the nose, and short, dark hair, and still brown eyes.
What is Docs doing?
Docs is gonna go find Chris. Is Chris also up here?
Yep.
It's gonna go. Hang on, now I have to try and summon a different accent. Good eye.
Oh, morning.
You're Chris, right?
Mm-hmm.
Docs just sort of locks eyes with you. Their eyebrows get shorter. It's hard to notice. It's not dramatically a dramatic difference, but they are staring you straight in the face.
She just kind of slowly chews on her breakfast and then is like, Docs? And tilts her head.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I thought that's what you meant.
Are you?
No, one of my best friends from my party is, though. I told you last night I'm a wood elf.
You did, mate, but I also presented as, more of a human, So that could have just been a cover. This isn't
Fair.
exactly what I was going for, but it works.
Nah, it's all good. Your secret's safe with me.
Okay. It's just a lot of untested faces around here, and you never know how anyone is going to react to that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's how Leah was too. She pretty much picked a face, and kept
Yeah.
that one for the most part.
This is the one that I use when I gotta do that. It's got Southern. Fuck. I am so sorry. I
It's all
struggle
good.
so hard with accents. I'm trying to do Australian.
Here's how I'm seeing it: is that Dox is trying to pick a face for the day, and also trying to pick an accent that people won't recognize.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
This is my safe face that I use when I have to stick with one for a while. So you'll be seeing a lot of this one.
Okay, good to know. The eyes kind of were a bit of a giveaway. They're the same color.
I don't know if this is how it is on from your world, but where I'm from, most of us have a feature that we just sort of like to keep the same. It's sort of like it's part of my name.
Yeah, Leah, I want to say Leah had similar traits. I remember her having green eyes most of the time.
So Leah with green eyes.
Yeah.
I like it.
So you two will spend the morning just sort of chatting and getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Thaden, what you gonna do?
So, Thaden has actually been up for a few hours by the time other people come down, because he only has to transfer 4 hours.
Uh-huh.
So he has actually spent that time he's been up sitting at the bar. There's actually like a discarded plate with the remnants of his breakfast, kind of pushed off to one side already. And he's probably a couple of cups of coffee into his morning. And
Okay.
he's just got his notebook in front of him, and he's been picking the brains of the staff.
I'll give you... Aeroth and Woog were probably there while you were awake, and I'll give you one of the morning staff that you can talk to. You can ask me one question each about each of them.
He definitely would want to know what Woog is, because he's never seen anything like that before.
3 trench coats and a trench coat. It's 4 trench coats.
Yeah, he is fascinated by Woog.
Ask the question as you would as Thaden.
I don't want to sound intrusive, but I've never seen a creature like you before.
Like I said, honey, you're never gonna find a creature like me. I'm one of a kind.
What? You absolutely are. Where did you come from? What are you?
Okay, I'm gonna answer one of those because I feel like the powers that be only gave you one question. Honey, I'm a fashion homunculus. So, yeah. Also, I'm just naturally fabulous. And then Woog will take off something else. You have 2 more questions.
And sorry, who do I have them with again?
Aeroth was there, and then you can pick from any one of the day shift that is here in the bar.
Aeroth, and again, he's going to do this thing where he's going to address Aeroth in his native tongue. Because that's just the kind of guy Thaden is.
Okay.
How did you end up here?
Oh, I was unemployed, and I ended up opening a door, and I ended up here. I was actually, I'm one of Anai's first employees. Met my husband and my wife here, and my girlfriend, and it's worked out.
Damn, dude.
He'll talk a little more about his family. It seems that his husband and wife are from the same plane, and they have to come and see him every now and then, or he goes to see them like on vacation. His girlfriend is the chef who is downstairs somewhere.
Honestly, and I think the last person he's going to ask any questions of is the person that probably makes the most sense for him. He's going to ask Anai how she set this all up.
She tilts her head and sort of smiles at you and is like, darling, wouldn't that give away the mystery of it?
But a pocket to...
She's gonna boop his nose. You just showed up. You're a stranger.
But a pocket dimension like this, to create as a stable space
Mm-hmm.
is the size alone
Aren't I remarkable?
is you truly are.
Ah, thank you. And she'll like fan herself a little bit.
And I guess when everyone else comes downstairs, he is literally just sitting there at the bar, still chatting with her.
I'll move Anahi over there so she's chatting with you. So yeah, you can have a lovely conversation with these three, and that'll be your morning. Who'd like the next morning? We can also just move to lunch if no one else has anything that they want to do. So I'm just trying
I was
to.
going to say, Razalex is just going to be spending the morning in the hot spring.
Whenever you need food or anything, you can pick up the stone and order it for yourself. It'll appear outside of your door. You don't know that, but a frog will just sort of show up at the hot spring and go, "Food's outside," and then you blink and it's gone again.
Quite honestly, there's a good chance he slept in the hot spring last night.
That's perfectly fine.
Yes.
Roll nature for me. Oh, a 17 with that -1? God dang, dude. Okay.
Let's go.
Razalex will leave the hot springs, realizing that there was a bit of a current somewhere in it. The dirty water is going somewhere, and clean water is refreshing.
Even better.
So you're not just sitting in dragon soup. Malchus, what are you doing?
Well, Malchus would have woke up early despite his previous night's activities. I think he would have, after bathing and realizing, yeah, I don't have anything here, nor do I know how to get home to get it. I think he would grab one of the rock and make mention that he knows this is for food, but do they have like spare clothing that he could pay for at a later date?
You'll get an affirmative, and after a little while, there will be a knock. When you open it, there is a frog sitting there on a stack of clothing. It's clean, it's nice, it's a little big for you. You can find a way to make it fit.
Yeah, Malchus will down the hall as if looking for someone who would have delivered it.
Yep, the frog will just blink up at him and then hop away.
Thank you kindly, I appreciate it. We'll go back into his room, put on the tunic and pants, realizing the hair tie he was using isn't the best. He'll probably just take it out, just leave it down, and then he will probably make his way up like halfway between breakfast and noon to have a breakfast, and will people watch. Specifically Anahi and Weary, but people watch.
Where you're sitting, you're not getting a great view of Weary because you have a gigantic glowing column between you and her. But you'll get a good view of Anahi as she's making her slow circles, talking to customers and everything. Weary tends to stay behind the bar, if at all possible. Not as many, despite the map, there's not as many people as there were last night. You know, as people have either gone home. You can actually see someone just like walk over to the door, waving goodbye, opens the door. Outside, there's like a mountain range, and then they close it behind them and they're gone. It's that simple. As they put their hand on the doorknob, the runes and the stained glass of the door light up very nicely. You know, like it's a pleasant glow. They open it, and once they're through, they die down again.
Malchus makes a note of that. The runes, would Malchus be able to recognize that the runes are a specific language?
I'll say that the runes aren't a language that perhaps you have seen, but you can recognize that it is a language. Swooping circular brushstrokes, there is a flow to it. Well, that is how you have spent your mornings. Around lunchtime, she'll introduce herself, and she did not get to last night. The Dragonborn woman will go around to everyone in your group and try to gather you back at your table. Her name is Talath Moran Kisley.
Okay.
Most people refer to her as Kisley.
Malchus doesn't know Talath Morav Kisley, so I think he would try to say her name if he heard it.
Yep.
Yeah. Talath Moran Kisley.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Talath Moran Kisley. Right? Did I get that right?
You can... My surname's Talath. You can just call me Talath.
Malchus frowns.
You said the name correctly. It seems like she's aware you're stumbling on it. You can call her Miss Talath or something like that. It would be the same as, you know, saying like Mr. Delphi.
I will not strike up a conversation, but this is a conversation for later.
Yep. Absolutely.
Malchus makes note.
Talath Moran Kisley will gather the lot of you up and take you back to the table where you were before. Anahi will approach the table.
Chris, sorry, sir. I think this is tables for specific guests, if I got that correct.
Oh, g'day, Malchus. I'm standing in for Docs. You can also call me Docs, though that'll just be easier for you.
But you're not dogs, so why would I call you?
No, he's fine. He's fine. Docs is fine.
Just kind of quiets down, looks at Docs, question mark.
Is Fadden and Razalax going to join them for lunch?
Yes.
There are 2 Waynes, too. Am I insane? Is this just happening on my end?
No, there's two
no,
Wayne.
what the shit? Why, what?
One's
Shit, it's a mimic. That's
Oh,
not
God.
the real way.
Oh, God.
I was like, oh, I'm glad you noticed. Roll initiative.
Somehow, in his attempt to make a new arm, Wayne just deleted himself from existence.
Isn't that the norm with artificers?
Yeah.
Sometimes it works,
Yeah.
sometimes you vanish.
Hey guys, I finished my newest invention. I managed to decouple myself from
Wayne is just gone. You know what? It's fine. we're at the your Zola is there. You're here in spirit, Wayne.
Yeah, clearly he sent Zola to take minutes for the meeting.
Absolutely. So
y'all will probably notice Razalax's scales today look like they've been shined.
Well, there's Wayne.
Coupled with reality. All right.
You're gathered at the table ever so nicely, as Anahi has asked. So, if you don't mind keeping this a bit under your hats, I have a favor to ask of you. Do you lot promise not to go about spreading rumors?
Doc's mimes putting something under their hood and like pulling it down.
My jowls are sealed.
Fadden does a little gesture, like he's zipping his lip, then turns an imaginary key and throws it over his shoulder.
Here's the problem. I didn't think it was a problem, but evidently it is actually a problem. A few companions of some of my customers have come back and said that these companions haven't come home. And I'm not going to say that it's a problem, because sometimes some companions just don't go home to their own worlds, you know. They go to someone else's place that they think is more interesting or something. Anyway, she's very clearly trying to like rationalize this. I'm fairly certain that they've gone off to another dimension. But since you lot are all new, and I know that you're new, if you could perhaps talk to everyone that's still here in the bar and find out where their companions perhaps have gone, and look into this for me, I could reward you handsomely with free accommodations for a week and perhaps a little cash bonus.
Oh, well, we're here anyway.
That is acceptable.
Sure. Like Chris said, we're here anyway.
I see no reason why not.
Fantastic. You know, take your time, of course. Take your time. Those who's missing their companions, they'll stick around. They're trying to find them, you know. Friends. Leggeds and friends. Well, you know, you're Leggeds.
Leggeds. Okay, I got it.
Chris just kind of
It's like,
blinks
what
at
the
her
fuck?
rapidly. Do you not have friends?
Of course I have
I
friends.
was gonna ask the same thing.
Do you not see me? I just kind of like gestures around the bar. I have lots of friends.
I'm confused what you mean by Leggeds and friends, then.
Well, you tend to move in herds. Like I think it's because you.
She's
all...
got a point there.
Yes. Well, I mean, look at you. You lot have even shown up in a herd. So I have a theory that you move in herds because if you're by yourself, you have a tendency to fall down more. I mean, you're walking on sticks.
Mr. Nahi,
Yes.
I mean no disrespect, but just because everyone around you seems to fall for you doesn't mean that we're all unable to stand. Says with like a little smirk.
Very cute. Very cute. Very flattering. I was talking more about the fact that you have these very weak little knobby things in the middle of your legs. And if you hit them sideways, you tend to fall over.
You mean our knees?
Yes, the kneecaps. That's what they're called. Thank you for taking this on. And told the bartenders that you are, in your investigations, you're allowed to perhaps go into more of the, like the storage and the kitchens and whatnot. Do be careful in some areas. It's because, magic. Bandstand is upstairs. Above that, there is a staircase that goes up to my room. Don't go in it. That's my place, and you're not allowed.
Wouldn't
Very
dream of
well.
intruding, ma'am.
Yeah.
Aw. Good. Have a lovely day. Well, have a productive day. Please have a productive day. With a bit of a swish to her long ass tail, she will head back to the bar. And I think that is where we will wrap up for today. The mystery of where the hell are these people?
Woo!
First session, guys! Woohoo!
Woo!
Yay!
Oh,
We're
my
not
God.
dead.
Yet.
Yet.
Some had a close call.
Some of you came in already bleeding. I felt that perhaps you may not make that worse.
I mean, could have. We got spells.
We got
Yeah,
spell slots.
Some
We
of
got,
us do.
It's a little out of hand for some of us.
yeah, I can give someone a hand.
Well, I'm so glad that you went through all these hoops with me, and we had fun today. And well, I had fun, and we're off on our adventure, y'all. You've passed the prologue, and we've taken your first tentative steps into chapter 1.
Yay!
Chapter 1 titled "Consternation at the Kalakasba."
I have a question.
Okay.
Did we level up?
No, no, absolutely not.
In fact, we leveled down now.
Yeah, you're at level 2.
Oh.
Wayne's at level 1.5.
That's just mean.
I know. I'm cruel. To the viewers who are still with us, thank you so much. This is gonna continue for a while. Would you like to say anything as goodbyes before we leave?
Yeah, this was fun, y'all. Thanks for coming to watch, even if you only saw part of it.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.